across the fog to the lands between, to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Welcome back to Elden Ring. Desperate times here. So we are pulling out all the stops, doing things we've never done before, mixing things up, in order to be victorious here. First up, on the things we are changing, talismans. We want to maximize defense here, so the boss can't heal so much. We're still keeping the vastly raised equip load and more HP, stamina, and equip load. We've subbed in enormous boost to physical damage negation and raised defense when HP is max over the two seals up here. So we're not getting just an absolute pile of bonus stats. Each of these is basically, looks like 20 levels, effectively. But a lot of those levels are in places we don't technically need them. It also increases damage taken by a lot. But since we don't get the slight boost to equip load from having the seals, we need to downgrade slightly to Crucible full set, which actually isn't as bad as you'd think. This is 47% physical. Is this... are we switching to? That's 62. So this is 62.9. This is 62.9. You would think I would have different damage negation. Also, it doesn't look like the numbers are quite working here. It's showing 47. Physical damage negation. Now, look at the actual physical damage negation in the middle here. The Crucible Greaves have 10.1. Radon is 10.8. And these ones are also 10.1. So, depending on exactly what the style of damage is, the physical is just as good, but the specifically strike, slash, and pierce is slightly worse. But still, not bad at all. But another thing that we're missing out on with the loss of the seals is a couple levels that we kind of really need. Specifically 17 Arcane for our sword here and the Dragon Roar. But I think we could, technically, we could just get those levels because we have, and I calculated this, literally 1 million runes in this pile here. Literally 1 million. So, getting 3 levels from that would be trivial. But there is somewhere else that we could get some levels from. For the first time ever, because it feels like it's probably necessary at this point, we're going to reattribute stats. We've just got an absolute pile of intelligence levels that are doing nearly nothing for us. They're technically giving us, like, boosts to... let's see if we can get the actual information here exactly. Explanation. Intelligence. We're not using the sorceries really at all, so we don't really need that. It is giving us some magic resistance for however much that's worth, but that's not really important right now either. So we need to talk to Renala here.
Art thou now assured of thy want to be born anew?
Assuming it goes better than it did with him over there. Let's go for it. Use larval tear to accept rebirth. Yes.
Now, bear this sweeting into life anew.
With the rebirth menu, you can spend larval tears to clear your levels and reassign them from square one. You must reassign all levels until you reach your present level. You cannot make any attributes lower than their initial level determined by your origin. We started with level 10 and everything. For the most part, not an efficient way to do anything if you're making a specific character build. But we didn't know what character build we even wanted, so here we are. And we have 161 points that we can attribute here. That's wild. So let us move a few things around here. Endurance. That's to 24. We might need slightly more endurance, depending on how things go. I think we might need a few more levels than that, but again, we have 1,000,000 runes. If we need to put 2 more levels in endurance, that's fine. Strength. We technically only need 18 for our weapons, so that's okay. Dexterity, we need at least 35. That's also buffing our weapons, so that's fine. Intelligence stays the same. Faith, we need at least 28. Arcane, we need 17. Mind? Or endurance was actually fine. It was mind that we were slightly low on. With the loss of other mind levels, we did not have quite enough to do some of the combinations I want to do. So we need to get that to 26. And then health. Just dump a ton into there. We could even go a few more in health, which honestly would not be a bad idea. See how much is this getting us still? Still 20 something. 20, 19. Let's see. I think the cutoff is somewhere here. That one was 16. That one was 13. That was only 6. Okay. So 60 is a nice round number. We could work with that. It's fine. We could put more into endurance. That would give us more ability to put more armor on. And we still have quite a few levels we could work with here. Like 20 something. Or we just get more just base damage here. Strength is giving us a boost of 4 and 2. Dex is giving us a boost of... It's more, yeah. 5 and 3. So dexterity. Go up more. I think it's still slightly more dex bonus on both swords. 616. It's very similar for our main weapon. If we keep boosting dex, that'll be okay. We boost up Faith some more, do some more damage with that. And we have 12 more levels left. Don't know how much more equip load it would take for us to wield our better gear that we had. I think it would be a lot. If we just want to upgrade slightly here. It had the same physical negation, but for other things, that might work out better. We're gonna just keep on pumping it all into dexterity here. Just do more damage. Don't know how much more faith would really help us. We needed 28 just for the start. I guess it really depends on exactly how much faith improves the stats. The adjust would go from 79 to 88. Like, how much is a little bit more of that gonna really be worth? As the base level required. We could pump that all into there. That seems to be still working. The faith is more of a bonus at this point. Also could be working towards better spells too. That's a maybe. Still could put more endurance, but more dexterity. Probably a solid shout. We're doing more damage than we were before. And the tiny number on the L2 there from my other sword was because we didn't have the stats to start. Because we lost those levels. I think that's probably fine. So we got more health. Enough FP. Enough stamina. Strength doesn't matter as much. It's definitely a direction to go, since one of our weapons does scale quite a bit on strength. But since each level still costs more runes, this is fine. And a little bit more faith, just for flair. And also stuff scales with arcane here too. But don't want to really go higher than that, so it only helps one bit. So we have basically taken down a few strength levels, a ton of intelligence, to get more vigor, a little bit more mind, a bunch more dexterity. So we can start that. And we got a new thing balled up. Beautiful. Alright. So if we look at our equipment here, we're at medium load. And basically anything will get us to heavy load. Radon is technically better in that regard. $62, $63. We do still have 1,000,000 runes we could spend. So, maybe. This is better in the specific ways. It's also a lot heavier. There's going to be optimal ways playing this. Focused on very specific amounts of bonus. Basically, the heavier the thing is, the more defensive it is. This has more poise too. Could have some value. The individual bits here are a pretty small change, all things considered. Downs does have more though. But that does all get us to heavy load, so we need to put more points in there. And in theory, we should have more general defense in general because of the enormous boost and the boost. So let's not spend the 1,000,000 runes quite yet. Although we could. We really could. Let's get some ideas here. If I wanted to switch to this, it would give... That's 4.7, 3.7. The real question is, what is a physical attack that's not strike, slash, or pierce? How's that work? Those are kind of the things. And that really would determine whether or not these gauntlets actually help us at all here. I mean, they look cooler. They're slightly better against pretty much everything. They do also weigh like almost 2 more. You only get 70% of each level out of stuff. I guess it depends on how much more equip load we would get. I think it would be a lot in order to upgrade much of anything here. See, that is like 1.2 higher to upgrade to these legs, which are just strictly better in every way. 62.9, 63.2. It's not a huge boost by any means. Well, let's at least get one level here. See what we're working with. We need 184,000 runes. And we have many a rune. You selected 99 of these. That's not actually too much. We can get the rest of them out of storage at least. Sword chest. Want golden runes on the other side here. Switch to chest. Here we go. Take all of them. And then we have to actually do that again, since there's that many in there, which is wild. If we only use 98, we can refill from chest. So that's an idea. Chest. Or just take this many. Alright. Inventory. None of the other ones are even close to getting near a problem number. Let me just chuck a bunch of random ones in here. Anything over 30 here. Let's get those numbers down a bit. We could use all of them, but then we wouldn't have them all in the inventory to look at. Where's the fun in that? $33,000. It's not a huge amount in these smallest runes. That's definitely something. We're getting close. Need 184, so like another 28,000 runes. We can actually do better than that. Don't want to risk any of our runes here. Unnecessarily. And we need 8,033. Okay. That's 10,000. We need 533. Let's use a 800. Very likely to lose anything extra here. That's not gonna be too good of an idea. Alright, if we level up here, get more endurance. That is 1.6 extra equip load. And 70% of that. 50% of 1.6 would be 0.8 So 75% would be 1.2. It's probably like 1.1 extra. If we dump a few more into endurance, we could actually wield some better equipment here. Let's get like 400,000 runes here. Or see how much more it's going to take before we can upgrade to something here. We can upgrade to the Radon gauntlets. Not quite to the legs yet. This does have worse, just straight physical. Unfortunately. How much more is this? This is like 2 more. How much more was this? 0.6. This 1.2 is still within. If this is 0.6, this is just 2.6, 3.5. If we're getting about 1, we probably need like 3 more levels to wear full Radons. And 3 more levels is probably going to be at least 600,000 runes. Let's just do it. We need everything we can get for this fight. That is for sure. We'll start with only getting like 500,000 runes. And this is very thematic, isn't it? Radon versus Melania. That just makes sense. That just makes sense. We will be reenacting their battle. But hopefully Radon, which is us, will be able to win this time. These, 9 of these. 90,000 runes there. Beautiful. All of those. 82,000 runes. I guess that's 420,000 runes. We'll level up. Endurance, endurance. Yes. Next one is 192. How are we looking? How are we looking here? We're at medium load in this amount. Still medium load here. Heavy once we put on the helmet. Heavy once we put on the gloves. It's 0.6. How does veteran compare? 6.83. That's equivalent in most things, but also more heavy, so probably not. Already heavy with that set. And this is still another 0.9. We need 2 more levels here. Let's get 1 more level here at least. If we don't quite have enough, we don't have quite enough. That's okay. I think we still fine. 192,000. And technically we could also go farm some runes if we really wanted to. There's 93,000 runes, just like that. We just need... These are 5,000 each. We need another... Not quite 60, like 55,000. So if we use selected... 11 of these. I think we are just slightly short. Yeah, by one tiny one. Okay. We'll level up here. Endurance. It goes up by 1.1. So I'm only getting like 0.7 out of this upgrade. I think that might be why we weren't getting quite as far as I'd hoped. That's 1.1. We're at medium load. That's still heavy load. One more level should do it, though. And one more level is 195,000 runes. Do we have enough? Well, this here is 100,000 runes. And this one's going to be 79,000 runes. So we need another. It's basically 80, so another 15,000 and change. Use 5 of these. And now we need 300 more. Pretty sure that's the last level we can get here, as the remaining ones are not a huge amount. Level up. Endurance. This one is 1.2 worth. Alright, let's see if that was enough. Medium load. Perfect. In full Radons, dual wielding Morgoth's curved sword and the Bloodhound's Fang. We got buffs, we got talismans, we got defense for days. Defense for days. And also, that was also giving us more stamina, I think. So that's nice. Can we open this chest yet? Locked. Apparently not. Alright. That is about as good as we're gonna get here. So let us get back over to the fight, see how it goes. The roots. This also means we don't have giant heaping piles of runes to spend on future level ups right now, or any merchants we find. That's probably fine. We can still roll correctly. Beautiful. Does Radon's armor have like terrible Scarlet Rot resistance or something? Which one of these is Scarlet Rot? That is not any of these really. That is damage negation. Here it is. It's probably immunity. Poisons and rot. Yep. Immunity. So, 26, 60, 20, 37. How's that compare? That's got better. It's better than that. Not quite as good as that, that's alright. So, in general, decent immunity. So, that's acceptable. Alright. And now that that is out of the way, let us see how much these massive increases to our defense actually play out for us. Here we go. Okay, we can walk in. buffs. There's also another thing we could get, which I'll get after this fight. Golden Bow. Flask. No leg. Damage is pretty good. Alright. I wonder if our stamina regeneration is bad. Wow, we took like basically no damage. Now we're back at max. We take even less damage from the first hit. Yep. There. Wow. Yeah, let's get back to max here. Maybe. Ow. Ah, that's not quite max. There's one more thing we can do here, though. Assuming we just don't win this first time here anyway. And going in there does damage. Don't want to go in there. Yep. Alright. And a crit. Oh my gosh.
Your strength.
Yeah, that did it.
Extraordinary.
Thank you.
The mark of a true lord.
It was the defense. Well, there you go. If you don't take full...
Dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother.
Mikola.
I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
Okay. Well, there you go. All we needed to do was not take so much damage, and then we won. Wild. We got her Great Rune and Remembrance of the Rock Goddess. Alright. Mikola. Isn't that... That was somebody. Wasn't it the blood guy? Wishing to raise Mikola. Yeah. Mikola. Becomes consort, taking the role of monarch. Wishes body of pension and tried to share. Receive no response to the young Empyrean. So... He's doing stuff with Mikola. Is that the guy in the egg? think that might have been him. So, what was... She was over here. She's claimed to be the Sword of Mikola, but Mikola's been captured by the Lord of Blood. Well, guess we can't do anything about that. And that's done for there. Yeah, wasn't it? Right over here? Cocoon of the Empyrean. That's what it's called. Well, she was not doing a very good job of being the Sword of Mikola when Mikola's been captured and drained of blood in a cocoon over here. I guess. They don't look like they're doing so good either. Are they alive? Good question. Also, that was 480,000 runes. Okay. Do we want to keep this setup all the time? We really don't need those. I'm fine with taking more damage most of the time. Is there anything else I really want? Maximum HP up a bunch. Meh. Slowly restore HP. Not too great. Stamina recovery speed would be okay. I can go for some more of that. And then this one would boost our health by a bit. Strength and dex by a bunch. It'd be like 10 levels of that and then 5 more levels of endurance. Honestly, unless we need to not take a ton of damage all the time, I just feel like these are still worth it. Yeah, we're going to take more damage, but how much does this help? Mind. That's really only 5 faith and some arcane, which might boost our weapon. It's got D scaling with arcane. Meh. That's alright. Raise attack power when HP is at maximum. Not too worried about defense, except for right there. I guess if we run into any future situations, stamina recovery speed probably wouldn't be bad. I wonder if that stacks with the stamina recovery speed we have in the flask. Not that one. Wondrous. We're just boosting strength and dexterity here, actually. So we don't have any stamina boost, so that's nice. I'll take a stamina boost. And also we have probably 2 more levels we can get here. I mean, I guess we'll look at if we have more stats from the 1 seal. Okay, 1 seal is still okay. We're taking... Is it though? Physical negation is 25. No, it's 35. How do... I mean... 35 becomes 25. That's definitely a lot more damage. But if we desperately need more negation, we just put on the defensive things again. That's just straight up 10 more levels there, more endurance, more vigor. I mean, even if we take more damage, we also get slightly more health and stamina and equip load, so... I think it's probably more useful than this one at least. Because this one's just more mind, which I'm at a good point with. Intelligence, which is useless. Arcane, which is just descaling one of the weapons, and more faith. We're just gonna go with 1 seal for now. Anything else I want more than this? Raises faith, dex, strength. That's just 5 levels. Stamina recovery is just all around a nice time. We can easily switch some things out here if we desperately need to. Potency of incantations. Don't know if that really affects all incantations. It's just, again, stamina recovery is pretty nice. These two are just all around a great time. What can we do with having more equip load here? We're the tankiest stuff in the game? Nope, not quite. We go back to our Radon with slightly more tankiness here. It's got more, just not quite as much direct physical. For whatever that means. I don't know if that's... I mean, I think it has more poise at least. 7 to 9. 20 to 24. Yeah, that's pretty good. We can't upgrade to either of those. We could upgrade to this. 2 more poise. But then our weapon clips through the hat, so... that's not great. If it didn't have this brim on it... I wonder if we could maybe... There's also this helmet. How's that compare? That's got 12 poise instead. Better at everything except holy. That's pretty fancy. We have veteran something else in here. There's veteran armor. It's worse robustness. Equivalent or better in pretty much everything except for holy. How's that look? Well, that's pretty fancy. Do we not have more of the veteran set? Doesn't look like it. Or, let's get veteran gauntlets. There they are. So these are technically worse. Except for physical and strike. But it doesn't quite match. It's a bit of a combo of things. Look at this cape though, my goodness. And these are just a bit worse. Poise department. No armor here. Can't. It just kind of looks silly. And it doesn't look good with any other set either, unfortunately. Can we go that? And then veteran. Veteran. I get it. It's a tanky set, but it just looks silly. We have to do at least a little bit of function here. Veteran set's not bad though. It is pretty much just strictly better than the Radon set, except for holy. It's equivalent in a lot of places. We just go with the veteran set. More poise, if that counts for anything. More slash pierce fire. Bit of a combo. I'm okay with it. Then again, we do have 480,000 runes here. What can we do with that? I guess we should probably look at anything we can get back at the round table here first. Okay. Yeah, not getting one hit. Pretty easy, all things considered. Not having a whole bunch of extra levels that aren't really helping us. I can work with that. Let's read the new stuff we got here. We got Remembrance of the Rot Goddess. Remembrance of Melania, Goddess of Rot, hewn into the Earth Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the Finger Reader, or can be used for a great bounty of runes. Let's not do that. Mikola and Melania are both the children of a single god. As such, they are both Empyreans, but suffered afflictions from birth. One was cursed with eternal childhood, and the other harbored rot within. So, Mikola is a child with the Lord of Blood. Well, not with the Lord of Blood. He's a child captured by the Lord of Blood. But that's not great for anyone. And then we got key items. Got probably the great room that's not been affected here yet. I think key items. Millennia's great room. There it is. Seek the isolated divine tower, which stands beyond the lost Great Bridge. I think we've been there. We can probably do that. But first, let's get some stuff here.
Don't worry, my dear. I'll see it to the end with you, if it please.
Receive power from a remembrance. We got the second Lord of Blood here. We already got Blood Boon, so we'll get the Spear. 27 Arcane. Don't have that at all. No. Just getting it to get it. And Remembrance of the Rot Goddess. We have the Hand of Melania, a Katana, Strength, and massive amount of Dexterity, which I guess we do have, and causes blood loss. Blade built into Melania's prosthetic arm through consecration is resistant to rot. Melania's war prosthesis symbolized her victories. She claims to have seen wings when the weapon was raised aloft. Wings of fierce determination that have never known defeat until now. And the skill is Waterfall Dance, a series of one-footed leaps in the manner of a waterfowl to release a swift yet graceful slashing combo. Yep, that is what she did. Repeat an input allowed for up to 2 follow-up attacks. And by 2, they mean 2 entire series of attacks. Technically, we could get that. And Scarlet Aeonia creates a giant flower that explodes with scarlet rot. Technique of Melania, the goddess of rot. Create a gigantic flower that blooms into an explosion of scarlet rot. Each time the scarlet blooms, Melania's rot advances. It's bloomed twice already. With the 3rd bloom, she'll become a true goddess. I don't know if we want a giant scarlet rot explosion. Also don't really use katanas, but I'll take the katana, I guess. Acquire Hand of Melania. Yep. And if we find another location, we can duplicate that. And Equipment of Champions, we can get Melania's Scent. Winged helmet made of unalloyed gold. Worn by Melania, Blade of Mikola. Melania awaited Mikola at the foot of the husk of the Halig tree. But he's never coming. He's stuck in a different place. My brother will keep his promise. He possesses the wisdom, the allure of a god. He's the most fearsome Empyrean of all. Yeah. So she was waiting for her brother, but was never gonna come. That's unfortunate for everyone. Here's a Royal Knight Helm. Silver Helm of Loretta, knight who served Mikola's Halig tree. Loretta, once a royal Carian knight. Yep. Because had the other version of her, the Carian place. Now she's here. Went on the journey for a search for a safe haven for Albinorix. Determined that the Halig tree was their best chance for eternal salvation. You mean the place full of rot? And the rot goddess, sure. I mean, the Albinorix aren't having a good time either way, so Armor of unalloyed gold, worn by Melania. Silver armor of Loretta. And the gauntlets. And the other gauntlets. And the greaves. Little individual toe armors. Wild. And the greaves. I'll take all these. Cannot receive duplicates of champions equipment. Alright, that's fine. I don't think you really need duplicates, but sure. Alright, that's everything out of there. Beautiful. And we can go... I don't know if we have to imbue the Great Room before we can talk to Sir Gideon.
Here we are. This is the Great Room. It 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 is the Great Room.
You. What is it?
About the Hillock Tree roots.
So, the Halig tree. Now but a husk. I heard speculation Mikola embedded himself in the Halig tree. But,
So?
before he could finish, someone cut the tree open and absconded with his infant form. Indeed. It seems those words held weight. How vexing that the All-Knowing didn't have the full story. Perhaps the Queen's sorrow was justified. Ah, my apologies. Lost myself for a moment there. The information you shared is of great value. As promised, your reward. A secret right, known only to me. You are a true fellow. All I ask is that you remain constant.
Lord's Divine Fortification. Alright. That sounds like it could be very defensive. And I guess we can go over the other thing that we were going to use if everything didn't work out. Was the boiled prawn for boosting physical damage negation. Or the boiled crab, I guess, to greatly boost physical damage negation. But we really didn't end up needing that. So if we wanted to increase our defense even more than we already did, that's an option. But just gave us a new spell here. Divine Fortification. Greatly increases holy damage negation for self and allies. Alright. Cool.
Well, what is it now?
Using the secret medallions.
Ah, so the secret medallions led you to the land of the Halig tree. I'd expect to find Melania there.
You would expect that.
She who fought Radahn to a standstill. Well, if the scarlet rot hasn't eaten her away completely. But with the Halig tree as it is, I suppose Mikola must already be. Ah, my apologies. Lost myself for a moment there. The information you shared is of great value. As promised, your reward. A secret right.
Not a thing.
Known only to me. You are a true fellow. All I ask is that you remain constant.
Black Flame Protection. So Mikola was at the Halig Tree, and then he was captured by the Lord of Blood. Then Melania came there later, and was waiting for his return, which never happened. Black Flame Protection. That just... protection from Black Flame? Increased physical damage negation. Hey, there we go. That's exactly what we needed. That would have been very nice to have. Summon Blackfire within, increasing physical damage negation. However, sacred flasks and other such form of HP restoration are impaired. Apostles were all embraced by the Gloam-Eyed Queen. The Black Flame was their armor within. So, increase physical damage negation, but heal less. So, not the best, probably.
Well, what is it now? Well, what is it now? Well,
We have
what
nothing
is
left
it
to
now?
tell him, apparently. Let's go get this Great Rune. Was that the Isolated Divine Tower? How did we get over there? Did we write that down? See Divine Tower from the Divine Bridge. That is that one. There's a teleporter or something somewhere. Fire Giant? No. From the throne? I don't think so. This is the Divine Tower of East Altus. This is the Divine Tower of West Altus. Yeah, we need to get to the Isolated Divine Tower. That on my list here. See the Divine Tower from the Divine Bridge. Forbidden Lands. Capital. Here's the Divine Bridge. This could be it. Seems about right. It's connected on the notes here at least, so in theory that would work. That is that way. And then that got us to this teleport here. We're also carrying 406,000 runes on us, so maybe we should not be doing that. Maybe don't do that. At this stage, I'm fine. I'm doing perfectly fine either way. Yep, here we are. Way out here. Isolated Divine Tower. Open her up. We do, in fact, have the right. Doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doo. And up we go. What level were any of these helmets we just got? 6.6 weight. And Millennia's probably lighter. Yeah, 4. So, not going to be crazy on the defenses. Decent immunity, though, as you might expect. I don't think that's going to be what we're looking for in an armor. That's alright. Light here. Rest that. And up to the top. No crazy stuff we need to deal with. Just right up to it. Delightful. And power. Millennia's Great Rune. Yeah. What does that get us? Attacks recover HP after damage is taken. Great Rune of the Sharbearer Millennia. Blessing of this half-rotted rune reduces the healing power of the Flask of Crimson Tears. And yet, due to the infusion of Millennia's Spirit of Resistance, attacks made immediately after receiving damage will partially recover HP. Wild. Millennia is daughter to Queen Marika and Radagon, and her Great Rune should have been the most sacred of all. Instead, it is literally rotting away. Interesting. So we actually get Gideon to talk about that. And it seems like we've exhausted all his other dialogues about anything that exists. If we look at what we have here, that is our 7th Great Rune. And there's the one that Ronnie gave up. Yeah, it's pretty much all of them.
You. What is it?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Well, what is it now?
Can't tell him about how we found Millennia? Alright, whatever. That not important enough? I guess he just assumes she was there. But I have all the Great Runes. Do you really not care about that?
What is it?
Wild. You would think you would care. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. Let's get a level. Level up. Yeah, that's only 6. That's useless. More FP. That'd still be nice for more things. Don't really need more endurance. We don't really have any heavier armor we want to wear anyways. Strength is 4 and 2 right now. Dex is 4 and 3, so that's still better. More faith, maybe. Or just more dex. As long as it still keeps giving more damage. Why not? And we have enough for another level. There you go. Yep. I think we're doing just fine. Also, how are my eyes? What are my eyes doing? My eyes are yellow. I don't think I set them to be yellow. You doing something weird? It's probably fine. If we take off our helmet, does it still look weird? It's probably fine. Is that madness? We went down towards the madness, but we didn't go inside, so we're probably okay. Very ominous, though. Oh well. Problem for another time, I guess. So, I guess that means we are heading to crumbling Faramazula. Because that's the only place that we haven't been, as far as I can tell. Next time. Goodbye.